Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media and just thinking about all the things you wish you had and all the things that you weren't? I know for me it happens. I know it happens in my career. I know there have been seasons where people have started organizations about the same time that I've started my organizations, and their organizations started flourishing and my organizations were struggling. I've even lost businesses and had to shut down multiple businesses and just feel overwhelmed and frustrated and discouraged. Our natural inclination is to lean towards the negative. Our natural inclination is to start thinking of all the things that we're not instead of genuinely locking in to realizing what we are. In their book that Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy wrote called The Gap and the Gain, there's a principle in here that I want to adapt to our conversation today. And I really want to encourage you to realize this. And if you haven't listened or read that book, I'd strongly encourage you to read that. Whether you're struggling with mindset or not, it's going to help you lock into focusing on the things that are really important. And it came out of Dan coaching a guy who had a successful year, but all he could focus on was what he didn't get done, the sale that he didn't get that would have increased his sales for the year. And that's where this principle that Dan Sullivan talks about in the book came from. In fact, the audiobook's really great because you get to hear Dan be interviewed about that after chapter 1. And so I'd encourage you to check that out. But I want to share the principle here with you. And I'm gonna use my language a little bit. There's where you are. There's where you started or where you were. And then there's where you want to be. So the idea here is that we all focus on something. We might have hit the goal that we had, but all we can think about is, yeah, but it could have been. And so we move the goalposts, we make it harder. And the truth is, when we focus on this area here of where we're not, we get into this negative thinking mode. We get frustrated, we get discouraged, we get low self-esteem, we battle depression and anxiety because all we can think about is what we haven't accomplished. But instead, if you can have a heart of gratitude, and I'm going to write this in here because I think this is the core of it. If you can have an appreciation for what you've accomplished, where you've come from, all that you've done, your life can be transformed. You don't have to live with anxiety. You can live with hope. You can live with passion. You can live with confidence and optimism and peace. And this is so important for the lives that we live. And I coach people on what I call the 3 Gs, where you get up in the morning and you write 3 Gs. The first 3 Gs are the gratitudes, the things that you are grateful for. The next 3 are write 3 ways that you grew. And then the final thing is 3 goals that you have. So write your 3 gratitudes, your 3 growths, and your 3 goals. And just each morning, if you do that, your outlook will be great. Notice I don't say write about your failures. Focus on look at where I've come, look at how I've grown, and look where I'm going. Where am I taking action? And resolve yourself to accomplish those things today. Now here's the important thing. It is so helpful to have people championing this for us. People that are helping us to realize where we've set our goals and how are we achieving our goals, so that if we get into those seasons, because I get in those seasons, we all get in those seasons, where we stop having gratitude and we start thinking about the frustration and the misses and the discouragement. When we get into those modes, we need to have people who can pick us up and say, you're doing it again. You're checking out of the game. You're complaining about what's not happening instead of realizing how far you've come. You started this company with 0 clients, and now you've got 2 clients or 5 clients. You started this with an idea a year and a half ago, and now you've actually got clients. or you jumped into your career at the bottom of the totem pole just as a guy out of college with nothing of value to add, and now you've moved up into a management role. You've gone somewhere. It doesn't mean that there's not some place to go, but you've made it. You need people in your life who are going to champion you becoming what it is you're committed to becoming and helping you celebrate where you've come from. If you're ready to have those people in your life, let's do this together. Let's go through this next collective called Circle Builder, and let's help you recognize your need for community, what's holding you back from community, help you to recognize what to look for in the community and the type of community you want to build so that you can move together in a successful way with other people around you. It's going to be a great experience. You're going to spend some time learning together and then masterminding together, and you're going to accomplish great things, and you're not going to do it alone. You're going to bring 5 other people with you to have that success. If you're ready to change your life and change your future and change your community, let's do it. Click on the link below and let's move together.